with all the Discord issues, it was a little bit interesting, but we did manage to get it going. So now this one will be much more relaxing. Cross product and Derxu. We have a Discord, yay! Um, and
Yeah,
yeah.
not not having to try and commentate from the chat this one, so I'm cool with that. That was
Okay,
Leno.
so
That was Leno's idea, by the way, but
yeah.
I liked it.
Oh, it's a regular joke. But yeah, so we got Major Minor going for this first game, and so we get to figure out what do we want to see first.
I haven't really seen anything weird yet in the playoffs, so let's go. How about space jump? I know you like that,
Ah, I
and
love it. Love an early
uh,
space jump.
yeah, and I haven't seen it in a while, early on, so I'm gonna ask for that. Let's see if we get space jump for Christmas here. Oh boy.
uh, Boring old E-tank.
Of course. So yeah, with the playoffs in full swing here, this major minor will have a little bit of tweaked logic, mostly with the E tanks, right, for the hell runs.
Yeah, so there are a few little things, most of which don't really come to that would very rarely come into play, especially in a major minor split. The Hell Run requirement is reduced though from 4 to 3 E-tanks, which means there will be only 3 E-tanks required to be available before Hell Runs. Now, keep in mind, there's so many places to get to E-tanks. It's pretty rare that you're actually going to get a situation where you're absolutely 100% forced to do a 3 tank Hell Run. But those tanks could be, say, in the wreck ship, um, and then making it. Do you want to do the 3 tank Hell Run in Norfair, or do you want to head up to the wreck ship? And we actually saw in, I think it may have been the Kip, the race between Kip and Nevdi and J-Ro and Owl. I think they had actually had that come up where they had enough E-tanks, but they all went up to the wreck ship anyway. At least the ones that didn't meme route.
Yeah, true. And I think even at the end of the day, the memers ended up in wreck ship too. Oh well, yeah, of course they
Yeah.
did. But I'm
Yep.
sorry, but yeah, everybody ended up in one of those races for sure.
Okay. We got the
It,
yeah. So we're getting the ideal ammo count here where we get the supers and the power bombs. Both picking up an extra pack of supers. Let's see if either one of these runners decides to keep going.
yeah, they have the option, and Cross is going. I like it.
Cross is going for it.
I kind of expect that from him. I'd
Yeah,
be a little
I can
disappointed.
see it.
So yeah, this is one of the good things about Major Minor. You often get a meme route versus a regular, and
Yeah,
so we'll
I'm
see how it
sure
goes.
Asher would approve. Oh, and there he is, popping out there.
And a lot of supers so far, already up to 3 packs for Cross.
Yeah,
That's
it's very
nice.
nice. Uh, Derxu didn't even check the old Mother Brain missiles. That's a pretty standard check when you have power bombs. Probably not a big deal that he skipped it. Probably just, you could be more power bombs, could also be just more supers or more missile or their first missiles. So we have, oh my god, that's another super. That's 20 supers for cross product already.
Wow.
And an X-ray scope.
Yeah, it's one of the seeds earlier today with Ponk. There was 3 in early supers room, so it's like these seeds today are pretty super heavy.
Yeah, the 3-2-1 split. I do really like the 3-2-1 split and the way it's worked out for us. There's never a guarantee that you're gonna get enough supers, but sometimes you just still do.
Yeah, I like the mix up in the logics, and oh, there goes the super into the wall.
And we see a Spazer beam at Bomb Chorizo for Derxu, which doesn't really get us much, but without plasma yet, it's definitely gonna make things a little bit easier to shoot. So
Oh, and spring ball at Wavegate. That's a
everybody's
great,
favorite.
yeah, that's a great omen for this seed.
Yeah, the risk of missing out on Spazer, huh? And a grapple beam.
Wow, this is an interesting beginning. A lot of suitless Meridia items showing up right at the. I mean, I know it's a little too early to speak of such things, but what do
Well,
they
we've
need
got
left? Like a high jump boot, and that's
high.
about
Well,
it.
they absolutely need high jump. Shringle doesn't get you anything without high jump,
Yeah.
and the grapple beam doesn't really get you much without ice beam.
Oh, ice beam. Okay, so high jump and ice beam, but still a lot of items that you normally see in that kind of play.
Yeah, we're halfway there.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting because Cross is on meme route, so we're gonna see probably some wreck ship checks, and yeah, I don't know. This one's having an interesting beginning for me, and more supers in early supers room.
And some regular bombs, which means if crossproduct goes to bomb Teresa, he's gonna have to fight. Of course, with all these supers, it's not gonna take very long.
No, but that is, yeah, that is interesting. Sometimes you get, oh wow,
Oh, and there's the danger of meme route.
yeah,
That speed booster at Edakun's. Now, if you're cross product, do you go back and check? Um, do you go back and check waterway, or do you just say, "Okay, I've already skipped it. It's probably just an E tank anyway." Whereas Derxu's just gonna check it. It's gonna be on his path.
yeah. I mean, for Cross, I feel like he's firmly en route here. Don't see him going back. I mean, Speed Booster is also an easy way to get to wreck ship. Not that any of these runners would have trouble with CWJ, but
Well,
um,
in fact, I saw Crossbark working on CWJ right before the match, so
yeah,
he was all
yeah.
ready for it. And
So
now he's
yeah,
got speed booster, doesn't have to do it.
yeah. So I still think he'll head all the way up to the wreck ship, and he can full clear now if he wanted to
Yep.
do such things. But yeah, Cross is gonna be up to what, 35 supers already? That's
Yeah,
crazy.
ironically, with the idea of going to the wreck ship first, only 5 missiles and just a whole bunch of supers. It's the one place you don't want all those supers. Okay, so now he
Yeah,
has 10 missiles. It's not so bad.
yeah, yeah. You gotta have something besides supers to round things out. I was almost wondering if he'd pick those bombs up with Spring Ball, because he does have that bomb chorizo fight coming up, but I guess it's not that long with the supers. So
Yeah, two
worth,
supers and it'll be done, or a couple of
yeah,
missiles and a super. I believe is actually the faster way to do it. Um,
worth it in case you have to IBJ something. So
and Derxu managing to avoid the Edakun pit.
oh wow, Derxu getting fancy with the shine sparks there.
Okay, so we're
Oh,
gonna.
well, I guess you were right.
Oh,
Cross
Cross is gonna
is,
go back.
yeah,
Wasn't right or wrong. I just was wondering what he would do. He's gonna go back for it.
yeah. I don't know if, I mean, I guess the item will tell whether it was the right choice or not,
Yeah,
but I'm wondering if he's reconsidering, like, maybe he's not gonna go wreck ship first then. Maybe he's just gonna
maybe
go
not.
all the way down. So, yeah,
Might depend on what this item is here.
but he is gonna be the first one to check it, so we get to see here in just a second. And so they are playing game one and two, but not three if it
That is correct.
goes that way, right?
Yeah, and we haven't seen a game three yet. Everybody's that's played a game two is not going to have a game three, so I'm kind of hoping for that game three. We need to have at least something. We need a
Yeah,
game three.
I know. I was hoping for it too, and then Hero with, oh, what's Cross doing now?
um,
He didn't actually check it.
oh, he doesn't have enough energy. 67 is
Oh,
not going to get him there. Actually, and it very likely would kill him. Those are Meridia enemies down there, and
yeah,
if that
the
Shine Spark
fish.
stops in the middle, you're dead. You're just 29 energy is not going to hold up. So he's
Yeah,
gonna farm up a little bit. So this is a big time sink for him.
yeah, that this is really bad for him.
And
But
I don't.
I have seen some runners do like a power bomb sometimes and kill
Yep,
those and
yep.
then
I've seen that
spark.
too.
But I mean, whatever he's not comfortable with that energy. I mean, you don't want to chance it. You already see Derxu getting real low.
And
Oh,
it's
and
just a reserve.
it's
Oh, poor
really
Cross.
not
All this
worth it.
time, and all he's gonna get is a reserve tank.
Yeah, it's oh, that's about the worst it could have been. I
Yeah.
don't know
So
if there was
so
anything that
yeah.
could have been worse.
As pointed out from Azure in chat, he could have done a power bomb and then hoping for enough energy to go ahead and you'll pick up that energy as he shine sparks and hope that's
Yeah.
enough to get him through. But I believe you need something like 80 total. I don't know what the exact number, but somewhere around there.
Yeah, I mean, Derxu had a good amount of health and still went down to 30, so it took a lot. But yeah, I'm definitely hoping for a game three. It was really unfortunate that that second game with Hero and Punk seemed like I caught like a few seconds of the second one, and it seemed like it was even more lucky for Punk than the first one
Yeah,
was.
it was definitely what is referred to as a ponk seed because of that X-ray item. That
Yeah.
is because he's
What
become very
was it?
famous for doing that early X-ray, and it was the gravity suit.
It was Gravity. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I thought it was a suit, and it's like, oh geez, if there's
yeah. I
yeah, if
really
there's a
thought.
suit there, it's over for Hero
Yeah,
pretty much.
I know Hero was not happy with his performance, but he has nothing to be ashamed about. I think he did a really good
Oh
job.
yeah.
Especially given that, you know, he really went for it with the high jumpless lava dive and going into
Oh
lower
wow.
North with like two E tanks and like one or two reserves. I mean, that's really risky, and you know, it doesn't always pay off to take those risks. But I think the risks were I think it was good risk taking on his part.
Yeah, yeah. I jumpless. That's tricky. Yeah, good on him. Derxu, meanwhile, going up.
He
That's an
is.
interesting choice for. Oh well, I guess he has speed booster. So
So the
um,
more interesting thing is after all that meme routing, Crossbrock's not going back all the way around. So he's gonna miss not only the gauntlet item, which is typically one of the reasons why you would do this, is so you can get that gauntlet item. But he's also gonna miss out on the Terminator item. So he's not gonna be able to grapple beam over to X-ray right now. And we actually saw in the first match between Hero and Punk how important that grapple beam can be, as it was a required
yeah,
item at Shack Tool.
yeah. There was no other way. Well, yeah, there was no other sane way.
Yeah, well, Crossprod being the insane player that he is, will just Crystal
Yeah,
Flash up there, but he's gotta find 2 more power bomb packs before he can do that.
true, true. Yeah. But
That
yeah,
is a skill he has, so
and Cross is doubling down, literally going down instead of
Yep.
up the tower. I just he's all over the place at the beginning of this game. I'm a
I
little
kinda
confused.
I kinda think I think with the speed booster check, I kinda like this. Um,
Yeah, I mean, I don't dislike it. I just I'm it feels like he needs to pick a game plan
mhm.
and get moving on it here.
Yeah, I think that's kinda what he did. I think especially
Yeah,
with the issue with the health going through the waterway.
yeah.
Now what's gonna be more interesting is, how dumb is he gonna feel when he gets to Terminator at the end of the game and runs right into that grapple beam? I've done that. It's a feels bad.
Oh yeah. Well, he does want an extra pack of missiles. Derxu heading over the ocean here.
Yeah, with only 43 energy, this is not a very this is a very unsafe fight.
Yeah,
Pretty much doing this in new route conditions with a lot of extra supers, but those supers aren't gonna help him much.
yeah. So are we thinking that's the, or I guess I'm asking you, are you thinking that's maybe why Cross went down is because he didn't really find any energy tanks and didn't want to fight Phantoon?
Maybe. The other safety, you know, I talked about this as a new route setup, but it kind of isn't even that because they don't have charge beams. So if they do accidentally or choose to by design enrage Fantoon, they don't have the safety of pseudo screwing for it.
Oh man, and Derxu was farming energy, and then one of those ghosts appeared
Oh,
right
it's
on top of
terrible.
him. That's gotta feel bad for sure. Oh man.
Okay, Crossprag meanwhile with the crate quick kill.
Oh yeah. So we get to see some new majors here. Another
Just
E
an
tank
E-Tank.
for him. I think at this point that's one of the things he's looking for.
Yeah, I think so.
And Dirksu, yeah, taking a long time on this farm, so he's not super comfortable with his health either.
No, he's not comfortable at all with his health.
And no blame there. I mean, at less than an E tank, it's basically what, 2 hits from Phantoon and you're dead?
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah. So he's gonna give it a go with just over an E tank. I don't know the values that well, but it's
Yeah, I
almost like
want to
one
say
flame and 2 bodies, maybe.
I want to say it's 40 damage for most of these things that are in here.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah, and he's already down to 48. Oh no.
meanwhile, Crosspark picking up an ice beam.
That is very good for him. But also good for me that It's only one more item away from that Sueless Meridia that I feel like the seed was leading people on to.
Yeah, it's kind of the most important item. Those high jump boots are really important for Suitless Meridia.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, Derxu. Does anybody?
Oh man,
Yeah, that was not looking good. Did he save?
I don't think he did. Oh,
Oh, he has.
he
Okay, no, he
did.
did save. He
Okay,
saved your red tower.
okay. So I didn't catch that one because it's kind of a weird spot, but good for him. Woof. Yeah, that went bad in a hurry. He got three
See if
bodies on that one.
he's gonna go for it again.
I'd almost rather. Well, no, I guess there can't be any E tanks. So
I'll
yeah,
tell you, I wouldn't mind seeing him check Gauntlet first. He can do that with the speed booster in and power bombs out. Meanwhile, Crossproduct picking up
yeah,
that plasma beam, so he'll never need to see the Spazer at Bomb Torizo.
true. Yeah, won't even have to do the fight.
Yeah, I feel like at this point, probably gonna just forget that he didn't go there.
I agree. That's that seems very likely with his kind of back and forth routing here. And looks like you're right again about Dirksu. He is heading left, so I think that's a smart check. If if nothing else, maybe it's a E tank or something else, something extra.
Okay,
And
Crossproduct gonna check Ice Beam. With that speed booster, he can also go to Croc, so we'll see if he does that, which is often a thing you'll do before doing the Hell Run to Croc. Just isn't nearly as bad as going over and doing the Bubble Mountain stuff. So a lot of times, you just get a couple E tanks at Croc, that'll help you out for any Hell Runs in Bubble Mountain.
oh yeah, and you always bet on Croc. Barry is always there, or gravity or something. I mean, oh wow.
Oh, and Croc's gonna get Charge Beam, so he's got full beam combination already.
And yeah, full beam combo and 35 supers. I mean, could they want for anything else as far as damage goes? I mean, wow.
Or Cross certainly couldn't.
Yeah,
Derxu, on the other hand, is just sitting there on a Spazer Beam.
yeah, true. Um, dang, yeah, that's crazy. And yeah, Derxu taking a lot more conservative route across the ocean this time, not using Shine Sparks instead. Oh, no, I guess he is going to do one.
Yeah,
Um, Instead, saving the energy with the grapple, which is smart considering what just happened.
and he didn't check Gauntlet after all, so
No, I guess he just wanted to fill up his reserves. So,
that should help him at least a little bit.
yeah, it's definitely gonna help him with the fight. But yeah, I like your idea of checking Gauntlet first. Um, I mean, you got to fill up with the ship anyway, so why not check it? I don't know.
Yeah, although at this point, knowing that all the beams are on Cross Product side, there's
Oh,
not a whole lot there that's going to help him out. Screw Attack would probably the thing that would help him out the most for this Fantoon fight because we can't get a suit. High Jump and Space Jump not going to do anything for him. Space Jump, although, would have helped him get across the mode
yeah.
in the ocean. High Jump doesn't do a thing because you just have to turn him off if you're going to do anything beyond Speed Booster for getting across. Or, I guess you could grapple and not turn off the high jump. Either way, it doesn't really help much here.
Cross is getting really low.
Yeah, but he's gonna get to the Nutella
Should
refill. He'll be
Yeah,
fine.
he should take that refill, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Ah, there it goes. Okay. All right, so round two with Fantoon. Not looking great again.
Yeah, I think he fired one extra missile on that last one, so you need to get that Doppler effect, you need to only fire 2 missiles. As soon as you fire a third missile, he's gonna disappear on you.
Yeah, and you can do 2 and 2, right? You
Yeah.
fire two, then you let him float a little, then
Yep.
fire two more.
That's pretty standard, 2 and 2, and then when he comes back around, you can fire as many shots as you want because he's gonna go away regardless.
Yep. So yeah, we're having some boss fights here. We got a little walk the crate going.
Or Croc.
Croc, sorry. Walk the croc. Yeah. Well, he's not really walking. He's just kind of. I don't know what Cross is doing. But yeah, always bet on Croc.
Yeah, and with this amount of energy, this is not exactly a safe check at this point if it's not an E-tank. So looks
Oh
like Cross
no.
Product's just gonna wait and maybe do a save or something before he checks it. Derxu, unfortunately,
Yeah,
dying
Dirk's
again to
gets
Fantoon.
another death. This is so weird. Like Yeah, I guess in this situation, it seems like Cross maybe made the better choice of bailing out on meme route because the
Yeah.
energy for that Fantoon fight is just so bad. Ah, oh man, and he's gonna try it again. It looks like.
But yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where if you're used to doing any percent new route, then this should be a perfectly comfortable fight. But even the best in the world, there's a reason why if you watch a lot of the really top runners, Fantoon is one of those choke points where you'll see a lot of resets. Sometimes just because it's a slow fight, if you get a bunch of slows, but sometimes just
Yeah,
that's where you die. I mean, it's probably the most likely spot to die in a new route.
yeah. And to be honest, we are, or at least I assume most of the runners are doing this for fun. But it is the playoffs now, so you might see a little bit of nerves
Hmm.
as far as their plays go. I mean, I feel like who was it the other day? Um, I feel like even Kip the other day in his first race was having a little bit of nerves,
Hmm.
or maybe not nerves, but just unusual play and things like that. So, um, yeah, I mean, it could happen to anyone. Hopefully, this third time's the charm here for Derxu. Send him the good vibrations. An important powerbomb pickup for Cross, meanwhile, now up to 10.
Yeah, very important. I mean, he's not going to have to worry about Metroid rooms, but he doesn't have a suit yet. So having extra power bomb packs in case he needs to do crystal flashing would be very useful.
Yeah,
Getting
definitely.
getting one more. He's got bombs and spring ball makes it pretty unlikely he'd soft lock anywhere, but still doesn't have berry suit. So
Oh man, and Derxu's still missing a lot of missiles on Fantoon. I don't even know what happened there. Looked like he shot him in the right place.
no. And to answer the question, no, Crossprog has not checked Bubble Mountain yet, which I think was really smart because he got a reserve tank, which isn't great, but it's useful. Let's see, he's gonna fill up that reserve tank, and then I wonder if he's gonna go ahead and save before checking the oh, using the ice beam to get up to this
Yeah,
other item.
I
He's
haven't.
really going. What? This is. Oh,
Yeah,
he wants that. Okay, so
that
not
was awesome
only
from
not
Cross.
only does he want the power bomb for the crystal flash, I think we might see a crystal flash clip to Shaq here.
Well, and using those bugs, like I mean,
Yeah, it's a strat. It's a thing
I
you can
don't
do.
think I don't think I've seen any runner do that in any match this season that I've watched. Like,
Yeah, it's pretty
it's
rare.
that was just. I mean, it wasn't even like that hard or anything, but it was just cool
Okay.
to see something new.
In the meantime, Derxu does get through his Fantoon fight. Okay, Crossprod getting the E-Tank. So Croc really didn't have anything
No.
except that now Crossprod's gonna have safer hell runs when he goes over to Bubble Mountain, which is important.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, more logical hell runs too. Now that he's
Yeah.
what, up to five
Well, he
total.
had
So
enough, but yeah,
yeah,
certainly not comfy hell runs.
definitely. But yeah, good on Dirksu. Third time is the charm for his fight, and he'll get rewarded with some items here. And from what we saw at Croc, it still could be some good ones.
Now we've seen there are 4 items we haven't seen at Rick Ship. There's only 3 items left that we haven't seen over here at North
Yeah.
Bear.
So first one, E Tank. That's good for him, but not good race wise. I think.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen that E-Tank before that Fantoon fight, I
Yeah,
suspect.
yeah. So, and Cross should head to Bubble Mountain, right? He's got the
Yeah.
energy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yep. And there he goes. So Cross will get his Bubble Mountain checks in while we have Dirksuit checking the ship. And oh, we're gonna have to see. Oh no, he's got speed booster, so he can do this. Yeah.
And he gets it first try.
Yep. Nice job. Going through that room. Very difficult if you don't have speed booster or high jump or something. Oh no, he takes a platform right to the face.
Yeah, those do a ton of damage. So there's a reason we call it Spiky Death Room.
Yeah,
Or Spiky Room of Death if you prefer. Either way, it's not a safe room.
yeah, definitely.
Crossprock trying to use the Ice Beam to help get him up to the North Fair Reserve.
Yeah, he's pulling out
There
all
we
his
go.
best ice beam strats today. I'm loving it. Ice beam into IBJ. Couldn't ask for more.
Ooh, and just another E-Tank for Derxu.
Yeah, that's not a good sign.
And I guess well, maybe he just wants to keep the E-Tank. I didn't see if he saved before coming over here.
Yeah, I don't think he saved either, but he probably wants to keep the. Oh, there's
Oh,
your favorite
baby,
item,
there's
right?
my favorite item.
There you
Gives
go.
me the opportunity to do this.
Yeah, throw it in.
And also makes these hell runs a lot easier for cross product.
Oh yeah. And this room in particular, or well, I guess the next room in particular, you won't have to use any more ice beam strats. Uh-oh.
Oh, jeez, cross.
What?
I don't think that's what he was intending to do there. Turned out to a pretty nice looking D boost,
Yeah,
although very slow ones. So he had to wait for his reserve tanks to refill.
yeah. He definitely made it look intentional, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't.
Might have been some muscle memory involved there.
Okay.
One thing I would like to see him do is turn off that ice beam. Your farming is going to be slowed down by that ice beam.
Yeah, and he's gonna have to do several farms here, so that yeah, and there he goes. Turning it off now.
And meanwhile, Dirk's using some any percent old route strats in the attic to speed booster his way through the attic room.
Yeah, it was a nice nice boost there. Oh,
Oh, and just
a
an E-Tank.
third E-tank, making me think these hell runs are more and more required. About to see.
Well, they'll be a lot easier for Dirkshu when he gets here. But
Oh,
no,
and
just another E-Tank for cross product.
another E-tank. Wow, well, where are all the good items?
Well,
Meridian?
we do have a grapple beam.
Yeah.
Uh, and there's also we still haven't seen Gauntlet, so
Oh, true. Yeah.
the scary part for cross product is if our progression is at the X-ray scope, he might not get there anytime soon. And oh, he's got space jump, he's fine. He'll get there on his way up to the wreck ship. But
Yeah. He kind of got built out that way if there is something there at
yep, absolutely.
wreck ship or at X-ray.
Because I don't think he's hitting that grapple beam until he's running to G4. And he's going to be, oh yeah, I didn't go here.
All
When
right,
I did that, the one time I did that, I just stopped and just laughed.
Oh wow, another E-tank.
So Norfair coming up pretty blank, except for that space jump
So
and
does
some beams in the business center area.
does that mean that either that means a high jump has to be a gauntlet now, or am I wrong? Well, I guess we haven't seen
Um,
this item. Well,
X-ray, X-ray. Oh, there's
oh
gravity
well, there's
suit.
gravity. Okay,
Oh,
so
so Derxu does get one thing, does get an item for his trouble. So no, it doesn't mean so that doesn't tell us
yeah,
anything about where the other items are.
yes,
I would really like to see what's at Gauntlet and what's at X-ray. We'll probably
yeah,
get to see that as well, for sure. One of these guys has got to go to X-ray. Derxu on his way down and Cross on his way up, but we may not see Gauntlet.
yeah. So vanilla gravity suit. With the suit, I feel like that would give Derxu a head, but I don't know if that really gives him much of a lead at this point. Oh, and he's not checking Gauntlet. I guess we're never gonna find out.
Well, if nothing else, we'll see the credits.
Yeah. I still feel like Cross is in a good spot because we know that. Well, no, I guess we don't. We still have X-ray. You're right.
Yeah, we had this is
Yeah.
despite those deaths at Fantoon, Derxu is now very much in this game with that gravity suit location. But right now, it's really too hard to tell.
Yeah. So if you're Derxu here, in his situation, I mean, we know it's in Norfair, but he doesn't. Are you going Meridia first or Norfair?
Um, well, I'm gonna
I
check the X-ray. I'm gonna kill Kraid for sure. And if I don't have a very suit at that point, and I might even do the business center items. At that point, I might gamble on Meridia. I probably wouldn't do the full clear, so I would probably do what I like to call the Meridia loop,
the
which
zip
is Mama Turtle to Botwoon
to Sandpit.
to Dragon, then back down through the sand pit. and then
Oh,
skipping
go
Shack
even
Tool
as.
and yeah, skipping Shack Tool and Plasma because those are longer checks.
Oh, okay, going even as. Oh, and there's
Oh,
Varia,
and
so I
there's your
guess
Varia suit.
that's a moot point.
Yeah, he's headed down.
So actually, instead, this is really bad for cross product, right? Because what are the chances he doesn't go straight back down, right?
Well, it depends. I don't know if he does high jumpless.
Oh, okay.
So if cross product can do high jumpless lava dive, then it'd be perfectly okay for him to head down. He's got space jump once he gets down there. Um, he's got more. Both runners have plenty of supers for Ridley.
Yeah.
But if
But I
he's
guess.
not, if he can't do high jumpless, he's got to go up, and he doesn't have much of a choice.
Okay.
He still without that high jump to try Suitless Meridia. His only option is to go up.
But I guess I was just thinking that pickup's now pretty bad for Cross because his chance of full clearing the ship get lower now. But I guess we're about to see if
No,
he's
no.
going up or down.
In this situation, you have to full clear ship because that's all that's left to you.
Well, he's going down.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
So he's gonna do some. That tells me he knows how to do high jumpless, which
yeah,
doesn't surprise me.
yeah. See, I think he's in a lot of trouble because he's thinking gravity suit and lower Norfair now, and is just going to try and find it down there.
Mm,
So I think Derxu has the lead at the moment, even though he had a lot of trouble with the ship.
it's going to depend on their execution down in Lower Norfair. How quickly
Yeah.
does Crossbride get that high jumpless lava dive? Um, I don't worry about him full clearing Lower Norfair because Lower Norfair is fairly linear. The one, Dirksu's going to end up with. Well, I was going to say Dirksu's going to end up with full beam combo, but he could choose to just go straight down, not even bother checking any of Norfair.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, and that could definitely change things too. But yeah, this is going to be an interesting finish because it looked like it was getting a little out of hand, and then that gravity suit placement has really paid off for Dirksu. So yeah, well, anyways, Dirksu heading into Kraid has to get this out of the way, and looks like we're about to see some high jumpless lava dive action. So hold on to your butts.
Yeah, let's go. Now, if Crossprog is unable to get this, then this could be a huge time sink.
Yeah. Cross product was the higher seeded runner, right? He
Yes.
8-1 or something.
He was 8-1, won his division. Dirksu, I believe, Dirksu was 7-2 because he was in the play-in.
Yeah. So I don't know. I feel like Cross has got this, but I guess let's wait and see.
Yeah, let's see how he does on this high jump with lava dive.
He's got a
Good
good jump
start.
in. Yeah. All right.
Gonna take this flame over.
And gets the. Oh no!
No, he
Bounces.
had he had the iframes, but didn't quite get the jump off.
All right. This one looks good. Gets the turn. Oh no!
Not
And
a
he's got
lot, not
almost
a whole.
nothing.
Yeah, not a lot in those reserve tanks.
Oh, but he's
He's
gonna crystal
he's yeah, I
flash.
think he's got a crystal flash. He's already got those power bombs selected.
And there he goes. So, cross product making sure we see a crystal flash one way or the other. All right.
Okay, so to the question in chat
Oh,
about
that
turning
looks
off
good.
speed, yeah, it looks really good. Yeah, this is gonna made a lot easier if you don't have speed booster, and there he gets it. So
Yeah, there we go. What, third first try? No problem at all. No save there at the top. I mean, I guess he has a lot of supers, so not a big deal, but he is he's taking a little risky here.
yeah, and as you're pointing out, the speed booster is gonna kill your speed in the lava. So yeah, that's why Cross turned it off.
Okay.
Okay, so the big difference here is Dirksu may choose not to check GT. Let's see if he even checks the business center area. Looks like he is. That'll serve him well because having that charge beam makes it even less likely he would check this area. But Cross brought gained that green gate glitch on the first try.
Yeah. Yeah, he's clearly done this before with the lower Norfair,
Oh
but
yeah.
let's see, just an E tank at screw. That's not super helpful. Although
Okay.
from what we've seen, there's not really much left that could have been there. Maybe a vanilla
Yeah,
screw attack would have helped him a little bit.
Screw Attack would have been nice. Screw Attack plus Space Jump
Yeah,
and Lower Norfair is really nice. Cross would probably like a high jump boot, but honestly, I think that might be the worst item he can find because that might lead him to a Suitless Meridia, and that's not
true.
going to be unless he intends on full clearing Suitless. That's not going to help him because he's not going to find his Gravity Suit in Meridia.
Yeah, that's true. I feel like that's what he's kind of banking on, and we know the gravity suit's accessible, so that would be unfortunate. But sometimes, I mean, you never know. Sometimes the plays work, sometimes they don't.
Yep.
We'll find out. I like that they're doing different things at least. So we're gonna see a whole different kind of lower Norfair here from Derxu because he's not doing Croc, not doing Bubble Mountain, just heading straight down.
Yeah, and actually, a very interesting contract. He only checked high jump boots. Because I'm
Oh yeah,
looking at his tracker, I do not see a charge beam. I was busy watching cross product. I do not see a charge beam, so it means he didn't check the ice beam area.
sure.
I do not see a space jump, which means he didn't check anything in Bubble Mountain, and that's gonna make his. Ironically, it's gonna make his movement more difficult. He's gonna have to do a tricky gravity jump here. This is by no means free.
No,
Should be
yeah,
shouldn't have trouble with it, but the difference between gravity jump with and without high jump boots is pretty significant.
yeah,
But he shows that
definitely.
it's no problem for him.
Yeah, that high jump, that high jumpless one, like high jumpless lava dive without gravity suit is very tricky. But yeah, he's obviously a good player. Alrighty, so Cross is almost to Ridley. That's He's moving nice and quick. And Derxu just heading into Lower Norfair. See how his gate glitch goes here in just a second.
Oh, and using X-ray strats on the Metal Pirates, nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, Cross is gonna have some easy boss fights coming up. Obviously not Ridley, but he's got the full beam combo with the X-ray scope. We'll be able to microwave a Botwoon Dragon and Fantoon. So we'll see quite
yeah,
a contrast in Fantoon fights between what Derxu had to go through and what Cross will be able to do.
yeah. And as much as Cross might be baited by Suitless Meridia here, Derxu might be baited to skip Upper Norfair
Yeah.
and maybe even like as with his amount of supers, maybe even go miner hunting for a little, like just check a couple extra miners on the way out, checks a couple in Meridia, and lose a lot of time that way. So this is still anyone's race.
Ooh, Cross. Gotta be a little more careful than that. Don't want to fall into that acid. With that very suit, everything hits a little bit harder down here. So
Yeah, he's having a little bit of trouble. Looks like
now,
he's
granted, this is close to an any percent. Well, not really because he doesn't have gravity suit, but certainly, and this is doable.
yeah, now he's getting some good pogos. So
At this
this
point, he might
is
be well served to switch to super missiles, but it looks like he's got a pretty good rhythm going with that charge beam.
yeah, and looks like Ridley's done. There he
Okay, there we
goes.
go. And we
That's a
know he's
nice
got.
spring ball jump into Ridley's claws. Sorry,
And I,
go
and
ahead.
I do believe Cross has 3 reserve tanks. I don't know how much is in there at this point, though.
So
And
moment of
Ridley has
truth.
an E-tank.
An
Which,
E-tank.
at this point, probably something that Crossbrog is perfectly happy to pick up.
Yeah, it'll give him stand-up ammo and a quick refill. Definitely
Yeah.
gonna pick that up. But yeah, this is gonna be interesting. I assume Cross would not try Sulis Meridia without high jump and head
No,
direct
no, no,
ship,
no. He's
but
not. He's not. Yeah. If he, you're not doing Sulis Verde without high jump. I mean,
okay,
it is doable. I would point you to, I believe, the Crocomire site has the whatever that site is has some tutorials on it, but it's slow and
yeah,
hard and difficult.
yeah. So hopefully he'll head up to the ship and pick up his gravity suit too. Um, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, this is gonna be a close finish. I'm liking it.
All right, lot of it's going to come down to just how much Derxu is going to check in Upper Norfair,
Yeah. Yeah.
or is he going to go straight to Meridia?
And he's gonna come out at the top of Lower Norfair, which didn't have as much. Sorry, in the
Yep.
top of the Bubble Mountain, basically. And so he's gonna pick up the charge beam almost last if he does that like whole loop with Croc and
Yeah, I
everything.
mean,
Yeah,
he's the charge beam being the one he would really want. Like the space jump is certainly going to be nice. It's very useful in Meridia,
yeah,
but not nearly as much as he needs. He needs that charge beam because if he doesn't get that charge beam over at ice, that's a lot of ammo pickups that he's going to have to go through and get.
yeah. So he might end up like full clearing Bubble Mountain and Croc, yeah, Croc, just like Cross did, and when he doesn't necessarily have to. But
Yeah, he might choose to go to Croc towards Ice Beam, which means he would go to Croc first. Okay, no high jump boots there, so that's not gonna get. So Cross is gonna have to go to the wreck ship.
yeah, or unfortunately, check a few things along the way, like X-ray and Gauntlet, because he hasn't seen them yet.
No, he saw X-ray. X-ray was the
Oh,
various.
he did. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, true. Sorry,
because
my bad.
they hit it about this because Cross had the space jump and
That's right.
Derxu had the grapple beam.
That's right. My bad.
Not sure why he's checking extra ammo at this point.
Yeah,
He does have the charge beam.
he's got the full beam combo. um, it can't be. Yeah, it can't be anything for but ammo, which he doesn't need. Hmm. And I'm pretty sure I saw him pass on a pack of power bombs earlier, so it's not like he wants more of those. Yeah,
Just
and
gonna
those,
clip his way through these key hunters,
and those key
and
hunters hitting hard with his suit combo.
they hit hard in general.
Yeah, and he's back down to 2 tanks.
So the comment chat about Cross going back to Terminator, I could see him searching for high jump there if suitless was required. You know, if we didn't know gravity suit was in wreck ship, I can't see him going there before going to the wreck ship. I think he's gonna. I think he has to go to wreck ship next. He's gonna have to full clear it, which is unfortunate because you know that's where Derxu had to full clear it himself. So they're both
Yeah.
going to have full cleared wreck ship. Waterway was checked. It was a reserve tank.
And it's not really going to be much faster for Cross to check it. I mean, he doesn't have anything that'll make it any faster than Derxu did it, so.
Actually, well, he's going to have a faster Fantoon fight, a much faster Fantoon fight because he's got that microwave combo. But also going through the Spike Urima Death area, he's got Various Suit, he's got Space Jump, so he won't have to do that tricky little wall jump with the speed booster. He'll be able to get through that a lot faster, a lot easier. So I don't know if it's super faster what he has now, but it's going to be definitely faster.
Yeah, I mean, technically, but yeah, I just, as far as, I mean, I feel like the main time lost between Derxu and Cross and the ship is just gonna be those deaths for him. He didn't,
Hmm.
he got that sponge bath first try. He was pretty quick with his attic and all of that, so he did a good job clearing that up pretty quickly after he got through Fantoon. But in any case, Cross is on the way up.
Derxu gets through his Ridley fight.
So yeah, Derxu coming to a crossroads here on whether he's gonna search more for charge or for ammo, or I guess both. With the Bubble Mountain, there's a lot of minors sprinkled in with the majors, so he'll
Yep.
probably just check everything.
Like the one thing he might be able to skip Crocmire. Depends on whether he goes there from straight from Bubble Mountain or if he goes goes from ice to Crocmire.
Yeah.
Because once he gets that charge beam, there really isn't any reason for him to go to Croc. As much as screw attack or high jump boots would be nice, neither one is necessary.
Too true. All right, so will we get a gauntlet check from Cross? Maybe we'll find out what it is, but probably not.
Yeah, again, I think those are things you do after wreck ship
Yeah.
in his situation.
Yep, and he's just going straight right, so we still don't know what it is.
We're never gonna find out unless if it's an item, we'll find out in the credits. If it's
Yep,
an
that's
E-tank, we'll find out in the credits because it's not listed.
yep, seems like.
And you notice that Derxu without high jump or space jump, trying to get out of that fire freeze area is a little bit more
Yeah,
difficult.
yeah, he did a good job
Yes, he did.
using that ice beam there. Yeah, he's coming up with it on the fly there, doing a good job. But yeah, much more difficult. Most of the game that he has left is going to be much more difficult without high jump and space jump. So hopefully he picks it up.
And Derxu's starting to work on the chargeless plan, picks up these missiles.
Yep, yeah, there he goes.
Meanwhile, Crossprod going into his Fantoon fight. So this microwave is a little bit different. You do have to open Fantoon's eye with a missile before you can actually apply the microwave strats.
Yep, so that does make it a little bit harder to aim too, or at least for me, because Fantoon's always flying around too. So looks like he's missed it.
He
Oh
still has
no,
another
he
shot
got
at
it.
it.
He got it like off
Yeah,
screen. Dang.
yeah. He's trying to get Fantoon as he was leaving the screen, and instead got him as he was coming back. Whatever, it works.
Yeah, that was a that was a good one. Barely even saw it. So now Derxu coming out, and he is starting the checks. Heading to wave first. See if he picks up those missiles. And yeah, running into more missiles. So
Yeah,
at this point, just a time loss for him with regular missiles. So
yeah. The what might be like it may or may not decide the race, but that does he go to Croc first or does he go to Ice Beam first? That's going to be pretty
yeah,
huge.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like he's gonna go to Croc, unfortunately, or maybe fortunately. I mean, that probably will make the race a little bit closer if he goes to Croc.
Well, I don't know who's in the lead, so I don't
Yeah.
know.
Either way, it's very close.
Yeah, we'll see who
It's
breaks the tube first. That'll tell us something.
true. Yeah, because they do both have three bosses down, so only
So,
one left to go.
cross product, you have space jump.
Yeah, why are you doing this?
Like just space jump across the top. You don't have to run.
And taking the D boost because why not?
Because you have Area Suit and it protects you completely against spikes in Randomizer.
Oh man, I'm glad I got to watch Cross's race tonight. Hmm. Derxu saw his power bombs, but didn't pick them up.
Well,
I
at this
guess
point, he doesn't really need him.
yeah,
He's not doing hell runs here like Cross was. Has the ice beam for Metroids. Has bombs and spring ball for not soft locking. So,
yeah.
and he's past all the really heavy soft lock spots anyway.
I guess that an on the ball play there. All right, so Cross has just seen a couple of energy tanks. We know he needs to keep going to the top of the ship. Hopefully, he feels the same way. And Derxu picking up your favorite item.
Absolutely.
Throw it in.
Yeah. Yeah, Crossbike has to check the top of the ship.
There he goes. All right. So Cross will get his gravity suit. How long does this check take, you think? Like 2 minutes? Something like that?
Maybe a little less.
Maybe a little less?
Let's see if he checks the reserve tank location earlier.
And Derxu.
Ooh, doing a very nice, with using the speed booster with the space gem combination very nicely there. You don't get to see that strat very often.
Oh, yeah. Derxu picking up more miners.
Okay, Cross not going to preview the items. The question is, is he going to see that gravity suit first, or is he going to go and blind check the E-tank?
Yeah, I mean, with Spring
Okay.
Ball, well, no, actually, with Speed Booster, checking that item takes what, like 10 seconds? I mean, takes longer
It
to
doesn't take, yeah, it doesn't take very long, but it's just
yeah,
it's one of those situations, like, it if you check it first, you'll lose time if it's useful, but if you
yeah.
check it second and it's useless, you lose time, you know, by doing
Yeah.
it second. Oh, now this is interesting. Derxu not going to Croc or going to Ice Beam, so he's not gonna pick up that
Wow.
Charge Beam.
That is an
He's gonna
interesting gamble.
he's full on in the, plan.
Alright, I'm sorry, I have to say, how long does it really take to check Ice Beam? Like, why wouldn't you do that? Like, I understand Croc, that takes a while, I mean, without charge, you gotta use the missiles, all that, but Ice Beam with Speed Booster, like, that check takes, like,
Yeah.
15 seconds, maybe 20.
I respect the call though, and if he doesn't have trouble finding the ammo, and in fact there's a super right there you can pick up,
Yeah, true.
that's gonna serve him well. Crossprite is gonna go ahead and blind check this item. He's gonna see it's an E-tank and not gonna be happy about it.
Yep.
Gonna just leave it there. Gonna grab the gravity suit.
Yeah, I mean, I do respect the call from Derxu because with 3 deaths, he has to think that he's behind. Um, okay, people saying it's like a minute, and I guess that's a longish check. 7 door transitions?
Yeah,
2,
that's a lot of
4,
that's yeah,
6.
it's a lot.
Okay. Alright, and I guess each one, yeah, alright. But
As to whether it'll cost the race, it really depends on how difficult it is to for him to pick up the ammo.
yeah, I mean, alright, so it's a lot of door transitions, but it's still, it's right
And
there. I don't know.
Cross is really far away from even getting into Meridia at the moment.
Yeah, yeah, it may not have hurt him that much. If there's a couple of supers here, I mean, Dirks who already has the ammo, so
Okay, but
jump
this
over.
okay, he's going back.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say this is one of the things, and I'm glad he went back for those missiles. Because one of the things that
Yeah,
absolutely drives me nuts when somebody decides to go chargeless is when they skip regular missiles. Because for every 3 missile packs, that's one less super pack you have to pick up, and
yeah,
it all adds up after a while.
yeah. No, he made a smart move getting back. I agree with you there. I don't understand the skipping regular missiles, but yeah, cross now with the gravity suit. So we would, I guess, a minute ago call that go mode for
Yeah,
cross.
he is.
He's in good
He's on.
shape.
He's on full on go mode. Derxu is ammo go mode,
Yep.
or go mode minus ammo. He's
And
really
not
close on
really,
ammo, but
yeah, not really minus that much. I mean, he's got ice, so he just needs what, another pack of supers, or like you were saying, 3 more missiles, probably.
yeah, ideally you want to get, well, I shouldn't say ideally, minimum you want is 40 60.
46, yeah.
36 to break to do Mother Brain 1, 60 supers to do Mother Brain 2. That does require you to refill your missiles after opening the door. The absolute minimum you can do this with, and I don't recommend this, is 30 60. For 30 60, it means you have to kill all the Zebs with missiles and refill several times, and then break the glass and refill, and then you can't miss a single shot. 30 missiles on MB1 and 60 supers on MB2. So that's
Yeah.
very, very not recommended.
And I think we do see Dirksu's ammo situation really coming into play here because Cross is now really hot on his tail.
Yep. And he's going to gain a
And
lot of time with microwave strats on both Botwoon and Dragon.
yeah,
So
so
this is still too, I can't call this.
yeah,
We'll
it's
have
a
to see where
very
they're
close
at.
finish.
When they get out of Meridia, we'll have to call it. We'll have a better idea. But this is not
Yeah.
going to take any time right here for Cross.
Well, and this race is going to depend on the miners coming out. Like, if there's a super over here in the lead up to Dragon's Lair, then Dirksu's in better shape. But if it's just like a missile or a power bomb, then he's going to be in trouble. And it is a
Cross
super,
product,
so this is.
Cross product having trouble with Botwoon. That's a little unusual when you have the microwave beam. So that's going to cost him.
Yeah.
That's time that he needed to save over what Derxu did.
Yeah, and Dirksu's now up to 60-35. So, like you were saying, just one more missile pack and he can do it. I don't know if he's comfortable with it, but
Yeah,
that
ideally,
was
I
really
suspect he'll
good.
search for a little bit more. Maybe goes through Gauntlet to a gauntlet check at this point would be good for Derxu. From his standpoint, it could be charge beam. Of course, we know it won't be.
Yeah.
But then having the 2 miners in the back, even if one of those was a projectile of sorts, missile or super, that's going to help him out.
Yep.
The only thing that would be bad if it were 2 power bombs.
So yeah, this is coming down to be down to the wire as far as these two go.
They're both in
Just-
Dragon's room at the same time, and Derxu looks to be using speed booster strats, it looks like. Crossprod going for the microwaves. We hope he does a little bit better here than he did on
no.
Batwoon.
Derxu missed that last shine spark though. Oh, how is Dragon not down? That one looks good. Alright, there he goes. Just needs another super. Yeah, so Dragon
Derxu?
going down pretty same
Yeah,
time.
a little
for both.
faster. Yeah, a little faster for Derxu, but looks like Crossbark's just gonna leave. Let's see if Derxu decides to check the item on the off chance for him that it's charge beam.
Yeah.
And he's gonna check the item. Cross product is just gonna pick up drops and leave.
Ooh,
And it's just an E-tank.
that's not
At this
helpful at
point,
all.
like the only thing that would have been helpful for Derxu this last, like screw attack at this point doesn't help you because it just means you have to turn it off for a Zeb skip. But high
Yeah.
jump boots would have helped.
Yeah, high jump boots pretty much the only thing.
But yeah, we see now Crossbark with the clear lead, already much further across the Coliseum area. Derxu still needs to find at least one more projectile ammo pack.
Yep. And as far as little things go, when the race is this close, I mean, Cross has the full beam combo and stand-up energy, whereas
Yep.
Derxu will lose time if Cross does that.
Yeah,
Um,
Derxu can't do
so,
stand up
yeah.
anyway, no charge beam, but
Yeah.
yeah, he's gonna have to he needs more ammo unless he wants to do that really awful, the description of the 30, 34, 30, 60 strat, which he could do, but I don't recommend it. I mean, it's a little more leeway with 35, 60, but still not something I'd recommend
Yeah, definitely.
because it's a lot of refills. So my guess, Derxu maybe looks in Red Tower. Oh no, he's gonna go to the no, don't go here. He's gonna
Yeah,
go to
this
the beach
is-
first. I don't like this check.
So yeah, if you're not gonna, I mean, how many door transitions are here? If you're gonna check these
I know,
miners
right?
and not ice beam, like
I would check the Red Tower areas before I would check the beach areas.
oh wow, he's going all the way too. Jeez.
Yeah, and as you're saying, beach is defensible, watering hole is not. But I would do the Red Tower locations and then do Gauntlet.
Yeah, I mean,
Because Gauntlet at least gives
well,
you
I
that
would-
extra chance for their charge beam, if nothing else.
well, even if Red Tower like takes a minute on that on checking, you could still do Gauntlet and Criteria Power Bombs and have 3 miners and possible
Yep.
charge beam at Gauntlet, like, and those
Yep.
are all in the same area. I don't know. Yeah, and these are
So,
all missiles, so these are
missile and
really
missile.
not helping.
I mean, they're helping. That gives him he doesn't have
Yeah.
to do as many refills, but one more super pack would just put him in much better shape.
Yeah, and with his super count, I feel like he's still gonna check some miners on the way. Like he may still do Gauntlet on the way out, just because he. I mean,
Okay, so let's watch cross product for a second and see what the reaction is when
Oh,
he runs
yeah,
into that
true.
grapple beam, or is he gonna remember and try and jump over? Oh, he jumped
he
over
jumps.
it! Nicely done, cross product.
Oh man, meme, the true memer.
Now, I almost wish that had been high jump boots just because then he would have wanted to go back for it. But not grapple, and there's nothing else he could have wanted there, so.
Yeah, true. I bet if it was high jump, he probably still would have skipped it.
No, not cross product.
No.
No.
Okay.
His favorite item. Not gonna skip it.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Oh yeah,
All
absolutely.
right. All right.
Okay, entering the Metroid rooms.
Yeah.
Let's see.
And easy ones he will have.
Let's see if Derxu checks any more. He's
he
gonna
is-
check this one. Okay.
He's shooting a lot of supers into the and he does need some ammo from other brain.
Yeah. Cross prize ammo's fine.
Oh man.
Oh, and
Derxu-
another missile pack for
Yeah.
Derxu. Oh.
He's having a rough time with his.
I mean, this ammo is now pretty good with all these extra missiles. Ideally, he'd want one more super pack, but at this point, he's got plenty.
Yeah. Alright, and Cross's ammo is better now too,
Yeah,
so
I would not continue. At most, I would do Gauntlet. Again, as much because the possibility of finding that charge beam there.
yeah.
And more
More
missiles,
misses. Oh, wow,
and
and
more
more.
misses.
And he doesn't even
I
bother picking them up. Why
you
would you
know,
take
why
the
would you
time?
just grab those missiles and skip Gauntlet at that point?
Yeah. I Yeah, I mean, I totally like and respect the play from Derxu to just, "Okay, now I'm going chargeless." A lot of these
Mhm.
major minors go
Absolutely.
that way. You have to make a choice. But some of the then choices after about skipping and all of that, I mean, you gotta be a little tactical in what you pick up if you're going that route.
Yeah, I like the commitment to the chargeless. Um,
Yeah, just the
but I
execution, I
think I
guess.
think some of the choices he made in terms of which items to go for maybe weren't the best.
Yeah.
Crossbreak. Not gonna get a baby skip without high jump boots, so
Yep. Oh no, they're actually missing the.
yeah.
It's powering supers into the ship.
Yeah, and he has to refill here. No choice.
Oh man, that was pretty funny. Oh, and cross product taking the
The crystal
crystal
flash refill.
flash. Nice.
That'll save him a bit of time.
Yeah.
And switching to cross products audio, which is always interesting.
And Derxu is going to check Gauntlet too. If this was Charge Beam, I feel like Derxu would just be so mad. I mean, we
If
know that
this would
it's not, but
Yeah, if it were charged beam though, cross product would have been doing the same ammo shenanigans because neither one of them checked it
yeah,
earlier.
yeah.
So
So
that might have made things very interesting if it had been.
yeah, Cross has to be a little careful with ammo here, but looks like he's doing a good job.
Oh, he's got plenty.
And down to one or two. Oh, just
And
a
it's just a
reserve.
reserve. Oof.
Oh, that's
I mean, they could have at least given him high jump boots for his trouble, you know?
yeah, seriously. Oh man. Yeah, this is not finished well for Derxu.
Not at all.
Super unfortunate. Cross though, having a strong finish. Already pretty much done with Mother Brain here.
Yeah,
Mother
I
Brain 2.
feel like Derxu got to 55 supers really quickly and then it kind of dried up.
Yeah, it was all missiles after he got to 5. He did finally get an extra pack of supers behind Gauntlet, so
Now he's got really good ammo, so.
yeah.
But unfortunately, it's too little, too late. Cross product, unless cross product messes up the stand-up glitch here.
Yeah, super unlikely with X-ray, I feel like, but we've seen some weird stuff.
Yep. An X-ray
But
does not get you out of everything
yeah,
in stand-up glitch if you mess it up. There's a lot of ways to mess it up.
yep, and I
But
don't.
cross product a veteran, I don't expect him to mess it up.
Yeah, and yeah, Cross getting the stand up here. So if it had ended up as close as it looked a minute ago, this would have definitely put him over the edge. But Derxu now here in his
And in
Metro.
cross product using X-ray to get out of a little crouch there. So good thing he had it.
Yeah. Yeah, the stand-up glitch is not as easy as they could look.
Yeah, there's just a few key points where you have to make sure that you're jumping and in the air.
Yep. And in fact, I see a lot with when runners like Cross that have space jump. A lot of times they'll just space jump in the corner until it's time.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So that's often the strat I will use.
Okay.
Oh, Cross
Cross
having a
products,
nice.
yeah. He got not the greatest because you know he still had quite a few shots to finish it off, but you know no soft lock, so
Yeah, Yeah, no,
Definitely
not the
saves
greatest
time.
stand-up, but he finished off those hyper beams a lot quicker, right up in Motherbrain's face, and so yeah, he is in the escape and has this race firmly in hand.
Meanwhile, Derxu waiting out the non-baby skip that again, no high jump boots, pretty much guarantees.
How far behind do you think Derxu is at this point? I wasn't paying attention to when Cross got in here.
Maybe 3 minutes, 4 minutes, somewhere like that.
So even with two Fantoon deaths and three Fantoon fights,
Yeah,
Derxu would
and
have
in
a
the
pretty
end,
quick.
yeah, in the end, if he had gotten through Fantoon the first try, that would have been a huge, huge difference.
Yeah, he would be still right in it. And I bet, not being tilted from those deaths, he would have picked up Charge Beam and won this match.
Yeah, very
Who knows?
possibly.
Yeah. This is really unfortunate for him. But anyways, I mean, Cross is an excellent runner as well, and we'll finish it out here in just a second with the win.
Yeah, and yeah, if there is a game 3, it will not be tonight. They're gonna play game 2. I gotta see if they want to do it right away or if they're gonna wait till 10 o'clock as scheduled.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if anybody else is jumping on commentary, but if they do it pretty soon, I can definitely stick around.
Okay.
Yeah, but in any
Cross
case,
Product finishing up with an official SRL time of 106.07. GG to Cross Product.
yeah, GG, excellent race from him. Good choices and bad. Well, no, it was a good choice to bail out a beam route. He was having trouble with it,
Yeah, I
and
mean,
yeah, so he
and he
played a
didn't
good
miss
match.
anything. Didn't miss anything by not going to Terminator or that grapple beam didn't hurt him.
Yeah,
That not getting the bomb chorizo spazer definitely didn't hurt him.
yeah. So he played a good match, a good race here, and
And we'll
takes
let
the win.
Derxu, yeah, and we'll let Derxu finish out here, and then I'm gonna ask the runners, do they, because the next match is scheduled for 10 o'clock, and it's gonna be up to them whether they want to wait till 10 o'clock and let everything reset itself then, or if we want to just go straight to a game 2,
Yeah, definitely.
which will be Chozo. So different things.
Yeah.
And we can watch the credits, see where those high jump boots in that screw attack was.
Well, what have we seen? Well, high jump could be Shack Tool
It
and
could be.
Plasma. Oh, did we even see Mama Turtle?
We did not see Mama Turtle.
So it could have even been there.
But yeah, the
Can-
speculation in chat with if Ice Beam, if he had gone to Ice Beam, he would have won. I don't know. It would have been awfully close. It would have been a lot closer.
Yeah, it would have been a lot closer. Things like, Cross's stand up, being better might have even played into it, all of that. So, yeah, it would have been very close. All right, here come the spoilers.
Okay, so what do we got? So 32, 24 super packs. So we got saw a lot of those.
Yeah,
32, 24, 10.
that wasn't the worst seed for that, for sure.
The 3 minutes in criteria the cross spin. I love that. The 5-minute, 5:55 rec ship, but of course you had to go through all of it. So
Yeah.
I always like looking at those times.
All right, here comes the good stuff.
Screw attack was at the sand pit. High jump boots were at plasma.
Oh,
No
man.
one was getting high jump boots today, sadly.
Reserve Tank Meridian? Which one is that? Oh, that's the sand pit.
Sand
Yeah.
pit, yeah.
Yeah. It's a good thing Derxu didn't like try and check sandpit on the way down. That would have been even more disheartening.
Yeah,
Just seeing screw attack after you've already been through. But in any case, Derxu's finishing it out.
absolutely, as he
Down with
should.
Mother Brain. And just an escape to go. And he's still gonna have a pretty quick time here, especially for Major Minor. Coming in under 115. Nice quick time. So Derxu definitely had a good shot at winning this game.
Oh, absolutely.
What do we what do
This
we
was
think would help him in the
the,
Chozo?
the time. Yeah, I'm gonna say the time is gonna be about 5 or 6 minutes difference, but this was a lot closer than that shows.
Yeah.
Okay, so for Chozo,
I mean, I can't really the way that they played here. I mean, I can't. Sometimes it's easy to say like, okay, this would really help one or the other. I'm not even sure.
an
You know.
earlier charge beam for Derxu. I don't
Yeah. Yeah. True.
know.
Well, and that's that actually does play into it then. So for Derxu, he's more likely to want to just get charge beam,
Yep.
and with Chozo, you're more likely to get charge beam. So
Oh
maybe
yeah.
he'll
Well,
get it
and
early, and it definitely will help him.
and of course the in the Chozo races, that decision to go charge beam versus ammo, you're much more likely to want to go charge beam because there's just fewer spots that charge beam can
Yeah.
be, and all of those ammo spots can now also be E tanks and reserves.
Yeah, so maybe just based on the way that they play, I mean, maybe Dirksu will have a little bit of a better shot than Chozo. You never know. I don't know. Dirksu finding out where charge beam is and not happy about it, but he did finish up with an excellent SRL time of 1 hour 11 minutes seconds. GG to Dirksu. Played a great race and dang, just 5 minutes behind. I mean, that's basically those Fantoon fights, and maybe a little extra of the ammo. But yeah, GG to Cross and Dirksu. Game one down. We'll be heading into game two in a little bit.
Yep,
We'll
still trying to get an answer from the runners whether
see.
they want to play now or they want to wait until 10 o'clock.
Yeah,
I don't think probably for cross product not going to make a huge difference. But I know Dirksu's out in Europe somewhere, so it's awfully late for him. So he might want to get these done right away. But I'm not
yeah.
getting an answer.
Well, either way, everyone in chat, thanks for joining us. Make sure to follow up on those runners. They playing some interesting races tonight. Throw them a follow, and
Okay,
Tracy too. She's awesome.
okay.
And
Well,
who's on tracking? Is it Dimensive?
Dimensive's on tracking today.
Yeah, he's
So
awesome too. There's a
big
lot
shout
of
outs to
good track.
Dimensive.
Yeah,
Um,
thanks for the help.
I don't like tracking. Let's just say.
Yeah, so definitely big shout outs to him for helping us out, and everyone at Speed Gaming for hosting us up here on our playoffs. Did we get a decision on the next game?
Dirksu's down for doing it now. I have not heard from Cross Product yet. Just gotta wait to
Okay.
hear from him. And Azure, if you're out there, you want to jump in here and reset the room for us. I know you're watching, so oh, cross product apparently had no. You can't just dot rematch. It first to be recorded first. There he is. Yeah, I needed dot results as well. Here we go.
Yeah, and don't forget, as we're talking about Ashter, he does have his matches tomorrow night, around about this time. I think looks like starts at 10 p.m. So in a little bit later. But him versus Maniacal, they'll be doing the final two races if necessary of their three-game series. So 10 p.m. for game two, and a little bit after that for game three, if necessary. Asda versus Maniacal. Definitely come check them out again tomorrow. And it does look like Monday nights has game two of Rosu Kelcharge scheduled.
Yeah, that was
Um,
just scheduled.
so we got prime time evenings coming at you from all the round of 16 playoffs here.
Okay, so here we go. Ah, there we go. Okay. We'll typo in there, and we now got it covered. So I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of break as we get the next race started. All of you hang on. We are going to play game two.
Don't go anywhere.